This is a little video on the OlsaTools, the 3-row magnetic socket holder. This here's a brand new 1/2-inch drive one here. This one is for SAE. I have another one up on my shelf up there. That one is for metric. Those are for the 1/2-inch drive sockets. But what I did, I ended up with the 2 extras. But what I did in my socket drawer, which also has my air tools in it, these are my chrome and my impact sockets. But I wanted a better way than just the old socket rails, the metal rails with the clips, to get my sockets better organized and try and get some of the out of the light here. These are the 3-row rails. This is a 1/2-inch metric back here. Now my box is just over 21 inches deep on the drawers. So the metric one is too long to fit it front to rear. So I have to do it from side to side. The standard one would fit front to rear or side to side. But I also had 2 extra sockets beyond the sizes that come in it. So I went ahead and did it side to side, just like the metrics. These are nice socket holders. The nice thing about them is you have your shallow, your semi-deep, and your deep. Now you can put shallows in the semi-deep one because the shallows stick up high enough. What I did, because I only have shallow wells in chrome, I used the shallow for my chrome sockets for both the metric and the SAE, and I used that on the shallow side. For my shallow impact sockets, I used the semi-deep, and then on the deep impacts, I used the deep well side of each socket tray. And those are just for my 1/2-inch. You know, same thing on my SAE standard sizes. The shallow I use for my chrome sockets, and then my shallow impact I did in the semi-deep, and my deep in the deep well socket holders. Come down here, and these are the 3/8 drive holders. And well, let me go over this first. Your numbers will go from 3/8 inch all the way up to 1 1/4 for socket sizes, and all 3 of the rails for standard. When you go into the metric sizes, they go all the way from 10 millimeter up to 27 millimeter for all 3 rows. And then on your 3/8 drive, they go from 6 millimeter up to 20 in all 3 rows. With my 3/8 on impact, I only have shallow and deep. Same thing on the standard, I have shallow and deep. On your SAE, it goes from 1/4 inch up to 1 inch. Now what I did, I used the center row on the SAE set for my 1/2-inch drive snap-on swivel sockets, impact sockets. And then in the semi-deep row over here, I put some of my swivel socket adapters in that row just to keep them in there. And when you get down into your 1/4 inch, they run on the standard size from 1/8 up to 5/8. And if you come over to the metric, it runs from 4 millimeter to 15. It includes the 4.5 and the 5.5 in that range, in all 3 of the socket rails on it, or the holder areas. So super nice set. They're very strong magnets. I mean, you can't just reach down and pick them up, and it takes some effort. The bigger the tray, the harder it is to lift it. The 1/2-inch drive ones, you pretty much have to pull a socket out so you can get a grip on the side of it to start getting it up. Very strong magnets on them. The magnet is the entire bottom of the trays, so that makes them nice and nice and secure. These things don't move. But if you're looking for a good way to organize your sockets and you have shallow, semi-deep, and deep, these Ulsa triple row socket trays are absolutely the best ones out there in my opinion. A lot of the other socket trays out there will stop at 14 millimeter for the metrics, and a lot of sets come up to 15 millimeter. So, and I think some of them on the SAE will stop at 9/16. So you got to be careful what you're buying. But if you're looking for an excellent set of socket holders, OlsaTools 3-row magnetic socket holders are excellent. For wrenches, these are the Ernst wrench holders. These have little magnets on the bottom of them so they don't move. You know, these things, I mean, that's, you know, I mean, you can see, well, I don't know if you can see it moving or not on the side, but I mean, them things, they're stuck down because there's multiple magnets. So all my snap-on wrenches are in these Ernst wrench holders. Every wrench in here is a snap-on. So I got the 2 sets of metrics here. One goes from 10 to 19. The other one goes from 10 to 24. This one here goes from 6 up to 19. These are ratcheting wrenches, snap-on. Up here, these are my short-handled metric. They're snap-on. They go from 6 up to 19. Those are my metric crow's feet flare nut. Here's some metric flare nuts, open end and then double flare nuts. Back there is my SAE ratcheting wrenches, snap-ons. There's some snap-on crow's feet. There's some SAE snap-on crow's feet. Some snap-on SAE flare nut wrenches. And over here on this side, I have my snap-on shorts and then my snap-on standard size wrenches. And also in the front, because this indexing pry bar is too big to fit in any other drawer other than to put in the top of the box, I put it in my wrench drawer right in the front because it won't fit in my pry bar drawer. But just wanted to kind of show you a couple ways of holding your tools to organize them. As you can see, my wrench drawer is nicely organized and my socket drawer is nicely organized. So hope you enjoy these videos, and those are 2 excellent products, the Ernst wrench holders and the OlsaTools socket holders, the triple bank ones.